Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the channel. Sunny Bononi, Ninjoni, Nikona. Yes, all of those things. Guys, today we chat Kaizer Chiefs. There's interesting news. Interesting news. I already reported a lot of this news the other day. But yeah, it's interesting times, guys, to be a Kaizer Chiefs supporter. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, hey, guys, only one person subscribed in the past week. Why, guys? Why? We like the channel. Let's subscribe. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. But yeah, we're on our way to 1,000. Thank you to those who have subscribed. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to be here each and every day trying to bring you Kaizer Chiefs news. Anyway, big news is coming to Kaizer Chiefs this week. First, Kamelo Mahlatsi. I mentioned on Friday that Ifa Post basically told us that Kamelo Mahlatsi agreed with Chiefs on the package to release him. So Kamelo Mahlatsi has left Chiefs. Chiefs confirmed it this morning. We all knew this was coming. It was no surprise, etc., etc. So guys, are you happy about this? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. It happened. Whether you are happy or not, it's happened, guys. That's all. Next news is Usibongiseni Mthethwa and Stellenbosch, guys. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it's happening, guys. And how is Chiefs getting it to happen? It's what I said. There's a video I made, and I told Chiefs to do this, and it seems like Chiefs has started to listen. And how you make a deal with Stellenbosch is to give them the money and the players. And Chiefs is finally doing it. Chiefs is finally doing it, guys. Like, I have been like, Chiefs, there are so many players that you must just use in your deals to give to another team to get another player. And Chiefs is doing it. So Chiefs sent an offer to Stellenbosch, and Chiefs and Stellenbosch are now talking, like real talks, guys. Like, when I say real talks, I mean like even Mthethwa, Stellenbosch has told Mthethwa, because Mthethwa spoke to the media, and he said, yeah, he knows that his team is chatting to Kaizer Chiefs, but he has to focus on Stellenbosch, because at the end of the day, if the deal is not done, there's nothing he can do. But if the deal is done, he's happy. But at the end of the day, you can tell Mthethwa wants Chiefs. So that's what it means. Usibongiseni Mthethwa wants to be a Kaizer Chiefs player. Now it's just up to the two teams to agree on the deal, on the contract, etc. It seems like the Sibongiseni Mthethwa and Chiefs have, like, the package seems like the package they're offering Mthethwa sounds good, but now with Stellenbosch, here's where the issue comes in with Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch has an issue, right? And what Stellenbosch's issue is that Mthethwa is our best player right now, best player in our team. We want to give him to you, but how can we give you a player towards the end of the transfer window when we don't have a backup for that player we are giving you? So what Stellenbosch is asking Chiefs is to say this, is to be like, yes, give us the money, but we also need more, because you are not going to give us all the money we want. Because if you gave us all the money we want, we would make a plan. But since you're not going to give us all the money you want, you need to also help us. So that's what Stellenbosch wants, to be like this. Stellenbosch is saying, we give you Mthethwa, you give us money, and what? That is what Stellenbosch is asking. And that is what Chiefs is bringing to the table. Because now there are rumors that Kaizer Chiefs has put two of their players into the deal, and two of their players is Happy Mashiane, and it's rumored. This one is now a rumor. We don't know how real it is, but apparently Happy Mashiane seems confirmed that Chiefs is offering Stellenbosch Happy Mashiane, but Stellenbosch, it seems like, is pushing to also get Sithebe, because we all know Sithebe has the, like, people, we have been saying he's injured. We have been getting him and to say he's injured, but Chiefs has never come out and said he's injured. So what could that mean? That means that the guy either is not making the squad because Kaizer Chiefs is not feeling it. But this is a theory I have, guys. Listen, come close. Sondela, guys. This is the thing I think. I feel Sithebe, Chiefs had already told Sithebe that they want, not now, a while ago, Chiefs had already told Sithebe that they want to put him in a deal to get Mthethwa. And Sithebe was not happy with that deal. This is my opinion because Sithebe couldn't be bad overnight. He was one of our best players last season. So what I think is that they told him, Sithebe, hey Baba, listen, we need you to agree to go to Stellenbosch because you know what's going to happen? We need to get Mthethwa because we don't want to lose Yusuf Mat, but we want to use you as a bargaining chip. And Mthethwa was like, I khona kumnandi naturena, guys. Ngiphila buthebelele, ngiphila mnandi Josie. Why would I go to a small market team when I believe, mina, as Sithebe, I believe I deserve to don the jersey of Kaizer Chiefs. And that is where maybe why Sithebe was starting to not play that much. Why do I say that? Is that what if the management was like, hey, we need this guy to agree to this deal so we can get him Ted. And then they kind of like, Sithebe, this is the deal you have to go for. And then Sithebe was like, mina angifuni Stellenbosch, angifuni. So now it was a thing of saying, oh, you don't want Stellenbosch? Who said you're going to play for Chiefs? Asimbeka kokumoya lapha aphuza amanzi abe fresh, and now Sithebe seems like he seems like a player that just disappeared. Like he's not in the squad, he's not in an injury list, he's not on a transfer list. Kutholile nje. But what if that is the issue? The issue is that Sithebe is fighting Chiefs because he doesn't want to go to Stellenbosch, and now it's at that point where the Chiefs are trying to convince him, and that is what has been stalling the agreement. But obviously this is my opinion. I'm reading into the fact that I don't believe Sithebe could have been soap up like in just a season. Sithebe was playing better than Matt last season, so how is it possible that the guy can now just disappear? So that's what I'm saying, guys. So now the Chiefs deal from Mthethwa is starting to become more and more real because, and this is what I want. I don't know what you guys think about this, but this is what I want. I would prefer if this deal with Stellenbosch finishes by today. I know that won't happen. I know. But if we are going to get Mthethwa, I don't want us to get Mthethwa on the close of the transfer window on Friday. I want him today or tomorrow. Why do I say that? Because I want him training with Chiefs today or tomorrow so he's there for Sundowns. Like he can get 3 games. Mthethwa is good enough to go into the game. So when Matt is tired, you put him on Mthethwa, or maybe start with Mthethwa. Me personally, I would start with Mthethwa, but also he has to understand the system. But I feel like when we play Sundowns, we're gonna play more of a system of not playing a system that needs hard work. So if you need a system that needs hard work, this is what I feel like. If Mthethwa is signed by Chiefs this week, this is how I feel we will play against Sundowns. It's going to be 2 pivots. The 2 pivots will be Matt and Mthethwa. And then number 10, Castillo. That's what I believe. Or they'll make Mthethwa the number 6 and Matt and Castillo the number 8, and then attack like that. Because Mdantsane and Matlo haven't really taken that number 10 position. So they might just decide, you know what, let's go with 2 number 8s that are hardworking, which is Castillo and Matt, and then play Sithebe as the natural number 6. That's what could happen because Mthethwa is the most natural number 6. But yeah, now I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm putting someone in a team who is not even signed by Chiefs. Let us wait for him to sign for Chiefs. But I feel like if Mthethwa is in the team when we play against Sundowns, it will give us more strength in the middle and it will just help us to push the ball further because it's work rate. Imagine the work rate of Matt, Sithebe, and Castillo in a pitch in the midfield. Sundowns will have to work to get through our midfield because those are tough players. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm saying there. So what do you guys think of this Mthethwa thing? It feels more and more as the days go that it's happening. It feels like it's growing. It feels like something is really, really happening. And yeah, guys, that's what I think about that. Look, this is another big one that we have to answer, and the big one is Gonzalez. So the issue of Gonzalez. we have to address today. And with the issue of Gonzalez, this is my take. I wish you guys can let me know if I'm talking nonsense with this take, but this is my take. This week is a very important week. We play SuperSport and we play Sundowns. Without a doubt, SuperSport, we cannot lose. We cannot lose. Yes, the worst result that must come out of that game must be a draw with SuperSport. But with SuperSport, we cannot lose. Right? And if I'm saying we cannot lose, what am I trying to say? I'm like, guys, there is no way we must lose against SuperSport. That is one thing I'll say. So win or draw. That's what we need out of that game. But for Sundowns, guys, Sundowns, obviously, we need a win. Like, we need to win the game. Yes, a lot of people are like, yeah, 1-1, go to penalties. No. The best way to beat Sundowns is to beat them. Like, let's not wait for penalties and etc. Let's beat them 2-0. Let's beat them 3-0. Let's just beat them and go to the final. Imagine, let me tell you how simple it is. In the next two games, when we play, in the next two games of MTN 8, we need to just beat Sundowns by 2 goals at least. Beat Sundowns by 2 goals. And then what else must happen? We must beat Sundowns by 2 goals. And then what must happen? We must beat the next team in the final. Meaning that if you win the next 2 games, you win. Because if we score a goal against Sundowns, now we have an away goal. So we just need to beat Sundowns and beat the next team. Meaning 2 wins and you have the MTN 8 title. It's as simple as that. But this is where I was going with this conversation. I was saying, me personally, this is what I think. And I could be wrong, because I could be saying this and then the guy decides to do a magic thing and like becomes brilliant, etc. But this is what I feel. The next 2 games are important. So if there's 2 options that I feel that can happen. Gonzalez. This is regards to Gonzalez. Would I play Gonzalez as the number 1 striker against SuperSport? Yes. Why do I say that? Because it's the league. I will play him because it's the league, so I'm not too worried about that. But if it were me, because of how important the game is, I would rather start with Dupree as the striker, and maybe I'm not sure what happened to Potsani, and then maybe Potsani on the right, and then Modi on the left, or start Christian Sahile on the right instead of Potsani. That's what I would do for that game. But for the Sundowns game, guys, for the Sundowns game, Gonzalez must not start. And I know when I say this, I could be wrong. You will find that on the day Molifinsiki starts Gonzalez and Gonzalez scores 2 goals, we win the game. And people are like, this guy who was busy on enemy and Amakhosi network was busy talking nonsense, saying they must not start Gonzalez, but he became man of the match, beat Sundowns 1-man. But me personally, I would not start Gonzalez in that game, because Gonzalez moves slow and you can tell he hasn't started to understand the system. So for me personally, I would start Gonzalez on the bench and introduce him in the second half, like depending on the situation. But Sundowns is slow at the back. Sundowns is very slow at the back. The only fast player in Sundowns who can catch our fast players really is Umudao. Mudiba is not that slow, but he's good enough. But he's not that fast. He's not that fast, sorry. He's not that fast, but he's good enough to do something. But the rest of their center defenders and even their defensive mid is slow. You can't tell me that Mvala is fast. Mvala is just a tracker. So we now imagine with Dupree, with Modi, and with Potsani, Christian Sahile, that is the pace we need. And obviously Mdu Shabalala, etc. And then on top of that, if Keegan Dolly is healthy, it's another added benefit. Guti, we can have an extra player to come in and push the pace. But yeah, guys, that's what I think. Tell me what you think. Are you ready for SuperSport? Are you ready for Sundowns? Are you ready for Chiefs to win 2 games in 1 week against 2 big Pretoria teams. I am ready. I'm ready. Even if I'm not for Mulifenzeki, but I am for the badge. And because I'm for the badge, I will not wish for the team to lose. The team must win. The team must win, whether we play nonsense or what. Another thing I forgot to mention, guys, before I close the channel, is Luke Fleurs. Apparently, the former defender of Supersport, who has now been released, is training with Kaizer Chiefs. Chiefs are assessing him. Apparently, he's training with Kaizer Chiefs. And this one is funny because it was that whole situation where Chiefs wanted actually Luke Fleurs from Supersport, and Luke Fleurs was going, his contract was ending. So what was happening is that Chiefs was like, look, let your contract end and come to Chiefs. Then Supersport went to Luke Fleurs and forced him, or not forced him, but they said, sign this contract, a 5-year deal. Then Luke, because he was listening to his club, he went and he signed the 5-year deal. And then Chiefs was like, look, but we had an agreement that we're coming to sign you. Then he was like, I signed the 5-year deal. Then what happened when SuperSport was like, it Chiefs is saying, Chiefs think that they won't pay. Then what happened? Chiefs signed with Ditloko because Ditloko was Chiefs' main target all along. They just wanted to blind SuperSport into thinking that they wanted Luke Fleurs. But now Luke Fleurs is available and he's Mahala. So Chiefs is like, okay, boy, come train with us. Let's assess you. Luke Fleurs is a center back for you guys who don't know. Me, I have never rated him highly, but but to give you like context as to how he plays, he's like this is not the best. I think it's best if you watch a player so you can give him context. But he's young, etc., and he's like a developing Ngezana, so he can end up being as good as Ngezana was for Chiefs, but he's like that. He's a developing Ngezana. So our center backs, we seem to not be in a high supply of them. So if Ditloko and Msinga Mango get injured, it's good to have a backup plan. That isn't just to Kwinika and Ungobo. So it's good to have competition. So should Chiefs sign him? If he does well in the assessment, I just think Chiefs should sign him. But Chiefs must also make him understand, Guti, boy, we may sign you, but just know with the game time is not a guarantee here because you can see who are the people in front of you. So just know you're signing with us with the risk that you'll sit on the bench. So you need to understand that. So that's what I'm saying. Subscribe to the channel, guys.